Hello, class. It's time for the most dreaded assignment of the year, the introductions, the part where we take turns standing up and saying our name and where we're from and what we're majoring in, what our favorite movie is. But this is my first time ever using a webcam to deliver a speech, and I'm willing to bet it's the first time a lot of you have ever done this. And if it's like me, this is your 50th take. But anyways, that's beside the point. My name is Trent Orick, and I'm from a small town in Alabama called Jasper. And Jasper is the kind of town where everybody knows everyone and who you're kin to. It's the kind of town where families do the same thing for generations. For example, my father has been in the coal mining business his entire life, and before him, his father and his father's father. And on the other side, there's my mom, who grew up on a farm in a smaller town than Jasper, just on the outskirts, and my grandfather has raised cattle and baled hay like his father before him. So we have a strong family line that I wanted to break. I didn't want to be a miner. I didn't want to be a farmer. Those are two things I'd swear I'd never would do. But my father moved to Florida about 3 years ago, and he started working for a new sand mining company in Stark, Florida. And if anyone knows where Stark, Florida is, you know that there's nothing there. But luckily for us, there's mountains of sand that need to be processed. So a year after my father moved down here, I followed with him. I packed my bags and I became the thing that I never thought I would be, a miner. So I guess the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. But after about 6 months of doing that, I realized that I couldn't do that for another 40 years. I couldn't just sit in a bulldozer and go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth for 12 hours a day for 52 weeks out of the year. That's not something I could see myself doing. So I decided to go back to college and finish my degree. And to do that, I typed into Google just colleges near me, and UNF was the first one to pop up. So a few processing fees later, and here I am. And as for my major, I've always been fascinated with television and just the whole process. I was involved with the drama club and choir groups, and I did some freelance for some assemblies where I would run sound and run lights, and I've edited videos, and just that's what I know. And I'm majoring in broadcasting with a minor in speech and creative writing, and I want to pursue a career in television, and that's what I'm doing here. And one movie that really inspires me is probably A Knight's Tale. There's so many movies out there. I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely a prominent one. And if you haven't seen A Knight's Tale, you really should. It's one of Heath Ledger's best films, in my opinion. And he's just a peasant boy named William Thatcher, and he just is a peasant. His father's he fixes fishing nets, and they just had no money, and Heath Ledger's character decided that wasn't good enough for him, that he would raise his status. And spoiler, that's I guess that's what he did. You know, he worked hard and he used his skills and he raised his rank in society. He became a noble. And I guess that's always been a little inspiring for me coming from a small town where my family's a bunch of farmers and miners that, hey, maybe that's not what I have to do for the rest of my life. Maybe I can raise up and do different things. So, yeah, I guess that is my favorite movie. But that's enough about me. I want to hear from you.